Okay guys, we are actually on the verge of entering the castle. There's our team over there. There's the guardian of the castle. And somewhere back there is going to be all kinds of mysteries, and we don't know what. We're filling out our puzzle pieces because we're going to turn them in order to, or maybe win some prizes. Are you guys ready for this? All right, we're ready.
All right, so what happened was, in order to solve this room, you take a bird and you put it on that pedestal, and then it triggers an electronic signal, which then turns on a light over here, which was a mirror, but we realized it's not a real mirror. And then what happens is right there, can you see it? There's a number, and you wouldn't see that except that that light is on. And then once we get that number from there, then you get this padlock, and that leads us to the next room, and that's behind this door right here.
Go ahead.
Here's Sandy. She has chosen wisely, but she can't get rid of her cards. We have found the Grail.
So they all got keys and everyone else did their cards.
I think we're all done.
Oh, we just need to get out.
Think so? Need to get out.
I think so. Okay. All right. Hey, we just wanted to share with you the experience that we had inside there. That was amazing. Now, at the very beginning, we had to cross this bridge, and we had to speak to the bridge master on the Bridge of Death, and we had to answer 3 questions. And basically, it was, what's your name? What is your quest? And then there was a 3rd question, which you had to find within the book. But once you got inside there, that's when all the real fun begins. It was so cool. First of all, take a look at the outside of this thing. Okay, this alone is originally just a stage. You can see the stage over there. There's performances that go on over here. But what they did was they spent a lot of time and put up walls, so you basically go inside rooms. There are 4 rooms inside there, and basically what you do is once you get inside, you have to figure out how to get out of your room to get to the next room. So essentially there are 4 puzzles that you had to do. You went through the front gate, and as you see, people are going in right now. And they get introduced to the first room. Now, the first room was the room that had a throne, and there were swords, and there was a padlock underneath the fireplace. And Sean was actually the first one to figure out that there was a padlock, and that's how to get it out. Well, in order to get out of that room, you had to get the number to that padlock. And the way that you got the number was by getting swords, which had numbers on them, and then you put them on the shield, and then that gave you the numbers to get out of that room. The second room was the bird room, where once we got in there, there were birds, and one of them you could move. And when you placed it on a pedestal, it triggered a light behind a 2-way mirror where the light shone so you could see the combination to the lock that you needed to get out of that second room. And that was impressive. It used electronics, a movable bird, etc. The third room had gears in it that at first didn't look like anything was going on. But then when you found a code that turned on a black light, the gears had letters and numbers on them. Then we had to figure out a puzzle in order to spin the gears in a certain way so that we can then get out of that room. The last and final room was pretty impressive. Once we got in that room, what we saw were a bunch of grails, and there was a sort of skeleton laying on the ground. We had to choose the right grail, and that was part of the puzzle. And after we did that, we still had to figure out how to get out. There were a bunch of keys that we found in a corner, and we didn't know what to do because none of the keys actually fit the lock that needed to get out. But we saw this little tiny hole, and we were able to drop off one of the keys was magnetized, and it pulled up another key, which then let us out. This is an amazingly well designed puzzle. It is huge. Everybody's having a great time. as they're coming out of the puzzle, they are all got smiles on their faces because they realize how much work must have gone into it in order to get this to function well. There's teams of people, volunteers, and they're all thrilled to see people have a good time, which is the whole purpose of this Going Caching event. We are happy to have been able to go through and experience it for ourselves, and definitely something that we are going to be talking about to other people as well. So just one of the things that is going on here, going caching here in Georgia.